Hello, it is myself, Glenise Hughes, and my sweet friend Alan Jones, and we would like to say hello, hello, hello.
Hello. I was dying to say my name's Glenise Hughes, but I don't have the boobs. Sorry, that's not very professional. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Outrageous Tools. Create more money. Just saying.
There's all sorts of ways to create more money, and Alan and I have both been using the tools from Access Consciousness for years and have both created way more money than I knew was possible. Possibly Alan knew was possible. I'm not sure, but definitely more than I ever imagined possible with these amazing tools.
You know, I'm just going to dive straight in, so just stop me. But what's really interesting for me is when I worked for corporations, I earned at the time more money than I'm earning now, but I had less. Right? I had thousands less. I was thousands and thousands in debt. And now I'm kind of making, if you were to look at it in kind of an equation, less now than I did then, but I have more.
Wow.
Just put that out there, right? There's just a very interesting kind of energy to that, because you can have both, and that's kind of where I'm working with. But it's just really interesting how the willingness to have money is so much greater in my world now than it was 17 years ago.
Gosh, yes, yes, mine too. And it truly for me has been these tools, because I was using a lot of tools prior to studying Access Consciousness, and the money stuff was certainly getting better at a very slow rate, and definitely better. And then starting with these tools, it has exponentialized. And I would say the one that changed everything for me, or maybe really started changing it for me, is getting clear on how much you spend each month, how much you require to live each month, just bare bones living. The first time I did that was 2014, May 2014. I remember it so clearly, because I had been lying to myself that it cost about $7,000 a month to live, when in actuality, it actually bare bones cost a little over 11,000. And I mean, ultimately it made sense because I had a lot of credit card debt. But I was living in this fantasy world, and once I knew what it cost us to live, and then I added on all the extras that I really would like, then I knew I was so clear on what to ask for. And every time I do that, and I do it a lot because it changes, I never actualize less than that amount each month. So this is one of those tools that I will talk more about at the class, but just if you haven't done it, try it out. It will give you the clarity that you maybe are missing.
Yeah, I would second that completely. Having that clarity around what was actually coming in, and one of the biggest things for me was getting out of the kind of lie that I can't afford it. I just did a call on it actually, and it was like from I can't afford it to what do I need to create to have this. So I'll talk more about that in the class as well. But for me, it was just like, rather than using the stories and justifications about why I couldn't afford something, was actually asking a question. Notice like some of that Access is full of questions. So it is about, for me, asking lots and lots of questions and knowing that it's up to me to change it. No one else can. And I was, all those, you were talking about all those kind of different kind of modalities, and I used to use a lot of them. I remember doing Paul McKenna's I Can Make You Rich kind of hypnotherapy book and CD, and it never worked because he was telling me what to do. And of course I don't like being told what to do. So I got further in debt. And and I what I wanted was someone to wave a magic wand and make it all right for me. I didn't want to have to do any work. I just wanted it all. I wanted the lottery win to make it change. I wasn't willing to look at it and get really raw and honest with myself about the choices that I was making and were they truly working for me or not? So it's going to be a fun class, but it is you are going to be asked to be totally honest and vulnerable with and raw with you about what choices you're making. So yeah,
it probably won't be any fun at all, so you shouldn't come.
No, we won't be naked or anything.
In person in London. And if that's not possible, you definitely shouldn't come online, because of course both of those are options. So you can join us. And of course everything, as always, is recorded. So you will have all of that as an option too. If you're not able to join live in London or online, you can receive the recordings. And Alan and I were just talking and visiting and catching up and discussing also a very new concept in Access about the stratifications of wealth. So I know that we'll be sharing a lot more about that too, because at this point it is another outrageous tool, something that you can change, if you'd like to. If it's time to choose wealth instead of poverty, choose wealth instead of struggle, in case.
Because that's really interesting, isn't it? I did a post on Facebook yesterday, which was how bored do you need to get? How much more judgment of you do you need to get before you get so bored that you choose something else? And let's look at that with poverty and wealth. So how much more poverty do you need to do before you get so bored, utterly bored with it, that you choose something different? And what if the time is now? Are you bored yet? Are you done yet? Too many lines. I'm not going to go there.
So our message to you, our invite to you today is to come and join us. We are going to share many outrageous tools and really change whatever it is that isn't working for you so that you can have all of the money and cash and wealth that you are asking for.
Yeah. Yeah, what would it be like if you had fun with money? But probably not, right? Not allowed.
Just for Alan and I.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. So hopefully we will see you there, guys.
Okay. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.